another how to clean your yoga mat video. But it is time for me to clean my much loved yoga mat again. So I thought I would do a video because I've tried a few things in the past and I haven't really liked exactly how it turned out. There were certain different things that I didn't like about it. Like I've tried soaking it in the bathtub and scrubbing it real good in there, and it got it really good and clean, but it soaked so much that it actually took a very, very, very long time to dry. I think it was like several days to dry. And then I have used bleach wipes to wipe it down, which is a quick solution, but it can be damaging to your mat. And it also is a really harsh chemical, so we don't really want to be using those anyways on something where we're, you know, putting our bodies. Then I've also tried a 50-50 vinegar water solution that I would spray down and then wipe it, but I didn't like how it made my mat smell, especially when I had to, you know, put my nose down on my mat. So today I came across a video with a solution from, shout out to Emily Rowell Yoga. This recipe is from one of her YouTube videos on how to clean your yoga mat. So the recipe is about a gallon of warm water, not boiling. 1/8 of your solution is a white vinegar, and then a teeny tiny drop of dish soap, liquid dish soap. And then I did 10 or 11 drops of this essential oil. I chose lavender because it's supposed to be calming, and what's yoga? It's supposed to be calming, right? I also have a scrubby sponge, but not a rough sponge that could damage my mat. I don't want to do that. It's a soft sponge. So I've got my solution here, and then I wouldn't normally be doing this inside. I would do it outside, but there's some commotion going on out there and I didn't want it to be too noisy. So I did a quick mop on my floor so that I'm not putting dirty stuff underneath and then flipping over a clean side onto the floor. So anyways, just some food for thought. A couple of other tips. Concentrate on the areas like where your hands and your feet go, because that's going to be the most dirty areas on your yoga mat. And another tip is when you do your practice and you're all finished and you go to roll up your mat, instead of rolling it into itself, instead fold top to top. So fold it in half and then roll up your yoga mat. So it's only the back side touching the back side, and then the top side touching the top side, if that makes any sense. So that is just a couple of quick tips, and I'm going to get to it, and then I will let you know how I like this particular recipe for cleaning my yoga mat. So let's get started. So I'm just going to take my sponge. I'm going to give a squeeze over my mat. I'm not going to do a ton. I want to get a mostly a surface clean. I do want some of the essential oil and the vinegar to penetrate into the mat to really break up that grime that's built up over time. But I also want it to dry fairly quickly. But this will take a little more time to dry, so I will have to use one of my other yoga mats in the meantime. All right, front side's already done. I'm going to flip it over and do the other side, but I can tell you right now that I'm already liking the smell of this over the 50-50 of vinegar and water solution, for sure. Now for the other side. didn't take too long to do. I don't need that much solution. This bucket is about half full, and it is still almost about half full. So I don't need nearly that much, and that means that all the essential oil that I put in there is now going to go to waste because I don't have anything I can reuse it for. So maybe don't make that much solution, but I will put the quantities in there. I'm not very good at measuring things, so I will put the quantities, but in my own solution, just kind of eyeballed it. Tip on the dish soap though, just a tiny, tiny drop because you don't want it to get too sudsy. It'll leave a residue and it will take a lifetime. You'll have to rinse and rinse and rinse and rinse. This you don't have to rinse off, you just let it dry. So that is it. I will give you the quantities or the recipe for this cleaning solution, and after it dries and I've practiced on it, I will let you know what I thought about it. So, thank you for watching. We're back. I just finished doing my practice today, so don't mind the hair. I got workout hair, don't care. When I left you, I had just finished cleaning the mat and I hung it outside to dry. Side tip, I made sure that I didn't hang it in the sun anywhere because I didn't want the sun to over dry it and make it brittle. But I checked it at about 3 hours and there was some damp surface spots on there, and it felt really good at 4 hours, but just in case I left it outside overnight to dry, just because I wanted to make sure that there's no moisture on the inside of the mat before I rolled it up, because I don't want any mold or mildew to develop in there. And also, if you do like I did and make way too much solution, what I did after I left you was I used the rest of it to mop my floor. So as far as the scent goes, I did put the essential oil drops in there, but I don't smell it on the mat. But 100 times over, it smells way better than it did when I cleaned it with the 50-50 water vinegar solution. So I do give this solution a thumbs up. It did a good job cleaning the mat, and it doesn't have that really harsh vinegar smell that it had before when I used that vinegar solution. So I will put the recipe in the comments or on the video, and give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. You know the drill. Thanks for watching.